crack yourself a beer for this one or whatever you like to drink on. My Tesla tequila's not here yet. If it was here, we would be drinking that, but pinky up. You know how we do it. Guys, I usually don't make a third video in a 24-hour period. It's just bad for the algos. They don't tend to do well, and honestly, it's 9:30 right now, and you guys probably have better things to do than listen to me. But I just came across this CNBC clip that came on last call tonight. And wow, I think you need to hear it. It's Gordon Johnson, of course, and it is Ford's ex-CEO. Now, it's actually funny because Ford's ex-CEO believes Elon's compensation package is going to pass easily, like no problem at all. Gordon Johnson didn't give his specific take on that, but Gordon Johnson actually thinks it would be bad if Elon stayed at Tesla, and I guess it highlights just how uneducated that specific individual is. My gosh, good thing he doesn't manage money. Cause holy smokes, you would lose a lot of it if you gave it to Gordon Johnson. It's actually funny when you try to find this clip and just type in CNBC Tesla Gordon. This video was from 6 years ago from Gordon Johnson, and he said there's a 64% downside ahead for Tesla. And then 5 years ago, so 1 year afterwards, the headliner is, how much room is left to run in Tesla? And it's Gordon Johnson again.
Actually cut their full year outlook for EV production. They took it down slightly from 200 to 300,000 to 200 to 250,000 EVs. And GM CFO noted that while overall demand is fine, the industry is just not taking off like many expected. I mean, who could have seen that coming? It's stuck at about 8% of cars and trucks sold. But as we have said on this show many times, maybe people don't want electric cars. They want Teslas. It's a different thing. If you've driven both, you know what I'm talking about. And so if Musk were to leave, and that's a huge, huge if, probably unlikely, would Detroit be the ultimate winner or maybe ultimate loser? Let's take that to your leadoff panel tonight. With us, former Ford CEO and CNBC contributor Mark Fields and GLJ Research founder and CEO Gordon Johnson. Mark, listen, I don't think there's any way that Musk would ever leave Tesla. It's his baby, but he's got a lot of things going on, and this could be a big slight if it doesn't go through. What do you make of the vote? What do you make of Musk's future at Tesla either way?
Well, listen, I strongly believe that this is gonna pass. It's going to pass with a pretty good margin. But listen, at the end of the day, a lot of the shareholders, particularly the ones that have not bought in the last year, the ones that have been there for quite some time, they've made a lot of money, and a lot of them are thinking, hey, he made this fair and square, so I think it's going to pass. If it doesn't, I mean, that's the big question. You know, would Musk just put less focus on Tesla? Or in an extreme, would he just say, I'm exiting the business, I'm going to focus on other things? And oh, by the way, I'm going to take the AI efforts and the robotic efforts at Tesla with me. I do think this would be good news for the established automakers like Ford and GM, because I think one of the biggest impacts is you're going to see a high rate of attrition of key talent, because in Silicon Valley, people don't necessarily work for companies. They work for people that they respect and drive them. And so if Musk leaves, then I think some of his key people will leave. And I think some of those people that followed people to Tesla will leave as well.
Gordon, your hot take is exactly the opposite of the premise that I just laid out, I think, which is that maybe the best thing for Detroit would be for Musk to stay.
Right. So, and thanks for having me on, Brian. Good to see you again. Listen, Musk has long ago mentally checked out of Tesla, but he's not going to leave, no matter if this vote passes or not. What he's going to do is what he's done for years. He's going to continue to use Tesla to milk money out of to support his other businesses. Let me give you some examples. Let me look at my notes. CNBC reported that Tesla brought millions of dollars worth of NVIDIA chips that they sent to XAI. Yahoo reported that the Boring Company is now tunneling under Tesla's Gigafactory, which Tesla is paying them for. You know, Tesla's acquisition of Solar City, where they use fake solar panels to sell Tesla investors on using Tesla shares to bail out Elon Musk's cousin. allegations that Tesla is using, Elon Musk is using money to build houses. The point is, he uses Tesla as a piggy bank. So whether his compensation package passes or not, he's going to stay at Tesla. He just wants to get this money. So I don't think there's a big change. However, for Ford, GM, and if you're a short seller, you want this deal to pass. The reason why you want it to pass is because Musk is a part-time CEO. He's not going to work any harder. You want him there because he's focused on other ventures. You want somebody who's not focused on the auto business, and he's not, because Tesla is a low margin, very low margin now car company that's not growing. Musk likes to focus on growth companies. So his focus is going to be elsewhere. So if I'm a short seller or a competitor, I want him to stay there.
Well, to be fair, I mean, there's plenty of other really smart, good people at Tesla. Musk is the face. He created the company. But at the same time, there's a lot of other really talented people that are there to keep that operation going. Mark, when you were at Ford, how much did you guys look at Tesla, look at Musk, look at what he was doing? I'm not going to say invented the industry, because electric cars have been around for longer than gas cars, if we're just being intellectually honest. But how much did you guys look at what they had done and say, well, we like this, we don't like that? I mean, how relevant is he to the entire industry?
Well, initially we didn't look very hard, right? Because, it was kind of the innovator's dilemma. But as Tesla was succeeding, we started to benchmark them, very, very heavily. And now the industry today, the established industry, benchmarks Tesla a lot, particularly around not only just software and battery development, but also manufacturing techniques. So, they are part of the conversation now. And, I do disagree with Gordon to a certain degree. Listen, I think at the end of the day, if Musk leaves, you're going to have a drain of talent there at Tesla. And, that is going to hurt them a lot. And that's going to help the automakers, in my view.
Again, normally I don't like to make 3 videos in any given day, and it's pretty rare that I do that. But when it comes down to this shareholder vote, when there is something this important and we get new information, I feel like I have to share it with you. Now, of course, Gordon Johnson is a box of rocks, okay? There's nothing going on up there, and I don't like to be mean, okay? You're rarely going to hear me say anything mean, but I just kind of feel like that's the truth at this point. You would absolutely want to be short Tesla if you are a short seller if this deal does not go through, okay? Absolutely. Tesla stock will fall 30+%. It will be terrible. A terrible summer for Tesla if this deal does not go through, at least for a period of time. Maybe we can't condemn the whole summer. There's other things going on as well. But it would be a terrible period of time for Tesla, that's for sure. Now, Mark there, Ford's ex-CEO, believes the deal is going to go through and pass easily. And as long as that happens, you're looking at the most explosive rally you have seen in Tesla in a very, very long time. And I had some people ask this on the last videos, like, why would Tesla actually go up so much following a yes vote for his compensation plan? Well, I guess the easiest way to put it is January 30th, when the judge shot down Elon's comp package, Tesla's stock was around $220 per share. Now, there were a lot of fears heading into that, court proceeding. Tesla's stock was a $265 stock at, early January of 2024. But that's when the fears started to set in, like, what if the judge does reject his comp plan, which wasn't on a lot of our radars at the time. But essentially what that did is it put a question mark up whether or not Elon will stay at Tesla, right? That's problematic. And, think about it like this as well. If there's a 10% chance that an asteroid's going to hit your factory and destroy it, and the business is going to, severely be affected from that. Even if there's a 10% chance, and it's most likely not going to happen, you're going to see a discount on that company's stock that has an asteroid potentially coming at it, right? And I guess that's a very aggressive way to put this analogy, but even if there's a slight chance that there could be massive value destruction, that is the reason why Tesla is where it is today. In fact, since the beginning of 2024, you've actually seen Tesla margins come in better than expected. Deliveries have come down, but they're expected to get better, at least over the last couple of weeks, especially with the interest rate buy downs that Tesla is doing. Things look more optimistic for Tesla now. I will also point out Tesla's last earnings was completely different than anything we have seen in the prior past year. We have a lot of clarity, a lot of better understanding what's going on with Tesla. Elon says he thinks the deliveries are going to be positive on a year-over-year basis. To point out one thing, we're getting next-gen lower-price vehicles cheaper and faster than we expected. You have Tesla that has been, over the last couple of months, making it clear that Tesla's focusing on full self-driving and improving that at the fastest rate possible, really focusing on AI. Why has Tesla stock not benefited at all from that? None of what I just mentioned has had a large positive impact on Tesla stock. Yeah, sure, you were trading at super depressed levels at one point, right before Tesla's last earnings, around $138 per share. Fine. Okay, this is kind of the baseline of where we have been trading since March. Okay, around this, 170, 160 area, you really haven't done anything. Yeah, of course. Again, you did get that flush down, those couple of really bad days before Tesla's earnings. But taking those out of the equation, you're really at the same point that you were, back in March of 2024 when things looked really bad for Tesla. So again, why have these things not had a more positive impact to Tesla stock? It's not interest rates, it's not Fed cuts and the, 5 that we were pricing in and now the 2 we're pricing in. It's none of that. It's as simple as, if there's a chance, maybe 10%, that Elon could leave Tesla and destroy massive amounts of value at Tesla, that is a massive overhang that Wall Street cannot get over right now. And that's why I firmly believe if we get a yes vote coming on Thursday, Tesla stock is going to rocket higher in a way that you have not seen in a long time. I don't want to say ever, because if you were in Tesla back in 2020, 2021, it was a very good period of time. Pretty explosive. Tesla was like the Nvidia #1 that garnered everyone's attention, and of course, right? Tesla's the future. That has since died down, and I think a lot of that kind of momentum could come back into Tesla as long as Elon's comp package goes through. And again, I think there's probably still a 75+% chance that it will go through. And this could lead to a 20% rally on Friday alone. I mean, this could be bigger than, I would argue, 95% of you guys think. And honestly, it could lead into a multi-month rally for Tesla, given all of the good news that we have seen recently for Tesla that has not been baked in or valued into the stock at all. To the contrary, if this vote does not go the way that we hope, Tesla stock will fall 30+%. Now, obviously, I'm just making up those numbers here. I'm not a financial advisor, but that just shows you in a dramatic way just how big this Thursday is. And the actual shareholder meeting will take place at 4 p.m. So that's when we will know if the comp plan does go through. Yeah. I guess let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. You guys have a great rest of your day and your night. I will see you in the next one.